Alright guys, I just reviewed the Imperial Roman Aquilifer. Now I'm going to review the, let's see, here it is, the Roman Auxiliary Command. I bought this only because I bought the Roman Starter Army, which is a good deal, but it doesn't come with the command. It doesn't come with, if you were to buy everything separate, it'd be a little bit more expensive, but you'd get more per box. So it comes with 24 auxiliaries, but no command for them. So I have to go and buy it separate. Also the Praetorians, it doesn't. If you buy the Praetorians box separate, you get a Marcus Aurelius model, a nice mounted Marcus Aurelius on his horse metal model. It looks real nice. You get it included when you buy the Praetorians. But since I bought it in the bundle, I don't get Marcus Aurelius because I'm not getting the actual box. They just give you a box full of sprues. So I didn't get the command for the auxiliaries in that box, so I had to buy it, which is this right here. I think it was $6-7, or probably less. I think it was $5 in the war store, or $6. It came with 3 models, pretty much a regiment command, your standard, your Centurion, your standard bearer, and your musician, your horn blower. So yeah, I kind of like I like having the commander's medal. So I just really like that. You know, they look different, but it's, you know, the nice weight to it. So pretty cool. So came with this guy, two pieces, the standard, and then just him holding with a cupped hand. Difficult to glue, especially if you're new to wargaming. But if you have the right glue and you know how to clean up properly, then it's not a big deal. This guy had the spear snapped off right here at the hand, at the top of the hand. It was snapped off and really bent. And also the base of the the part where the spear broke off on the shaft, it was bent, but ever so slightly, in a way that, you know, if it's in the middle, let's say this was a spear shaft and it was bent here, it's real easy to just bend it back. But it was bent here a little bit like that, so it was kind of impossible because it's real thick there. So I had to glue it on and then just carefully pry it back into a straighter position. I use this glue, Loctite super glue. It's real good, real strong. I wouldn't use this army painter glue or the Zap-A-Gap, not strong enough, too thin. It's better for plastic. This Loctite's a lot better for metal, pretty much anything. Real nice. You can see the sash over his left shoulder, his helmet. He's got a spear, and I will glue the shield on later. So this guy was 1 piece, or 3 in my case because the spear was broken, and the shield, really nice scutum right here, the oval scutum. It's got some nice detail on the front. Again, it has a hole that they usually do. Warlord Games does. It's a really nice boss etching around the edge. And then his hand, he doesn't have a hand. He just has a stump. He has a wrist, which is fine by me because it just makes it easier to glue. So pretty much he's got a stump and then just a hole in the shield, and it glues right on. But I would glue the shield on afterwards, after you've primed it at least. So at least you can get a better coat of priming. But I'm going to paint the whole model and paint the shield and then glue it on. Just be real. What you have to do is, if you go that route, you have to be more careful when you glue, so you don't put too much and then it goes over the paint. And here's a standard bearer. You can see he's got a bear pelt. Is that a bear? No, that's a wolf pelt. He's got a wolf pelt. Has his gladius, kind of holding it like that. He's got Lorica Hamata. He's got the chainmail. Really nice detail. This guy had a ton of flash right here where the sword meets the body because it's touching. There's like a big chunk of flash, but it was easy to clean. The one thing is that you have a very small glue point in his cupped hand. In the previous video I explained how the hands, usually when they're metal, they have a lot of flash right here. There's like a big chunk of metal. So if you just glue it on, let's say this is the spear, this is the cupped hand, there's metal here. So it sticks out like that. And so it doesn't have a very good glue point, and it looks off. So you just gotta take that right off, just scoop it out, you know, clean it a bit, so you have a better glue point, and it can be more snug. And I use this glue, like I said, I used a whole bunch. I even mixed it with a little bit of this, so make it, you know, just to give it a better bond. And you can see it's very delicate, very fragile. This can break just with, you know, just a shove or something like that. So you gotta be real careful with it. But very nice detail on the banner. you can see on the back, it's an actual spear with a banner attached. Very good detail on the helmet, on the pelt, on the chainmail is very good detail throughout. There's no soft parts in between. Very little flash. Mold lines are almost invisible. I mean, you can pretty much, if you wanted to, just build it and paint it. You won't have to clean it. There's barely anything to clean. If you wanted to, just get these guys done quickly, there's very little cleaning. Here's a musician. This guy is just one piece, which was awesome. I always like when the less pieces the better, the faster I can build them, the easier they are to paint. Sometimes I just take hours trying to just building them, just trying to make up my mind, like with plastic kits when it's like so many pieces, which is nice to have the options, but if these guys are metal, just one piece is quick and easy. Also, because in this game you use so many models, like literally hundreds of models. So, and I like most people want to play several armies, and I want to have big armies, and so I'd rather just have the quickness. And so you still have some, you always have options because they come unpainted, so you'll always have options, at least in the painting and the basing. So very nice. He's got the round horn, and he's built like he's blowing it, because what I like is that with this guy, this is the plastic version, his counterpart. This one's a legionnaire, this one's an auxiliary. This guy, we can see the scale's kind of off, but same company. But anyway, this one's, as you can see, is 4 times the size, is quadruple the size. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but this guy, you can't really build it. The plastic version that comes in the legionary box, you can't really build it to look like he's blowing on it. But that's what's good about this one, is that it comes built so that he is blowing on it. He even has his lips pursed and everything. Really good detail. And just one piece to give it a better, more strength. And this guy also has a wolf pelt. He has his gladius drawn. It's very nice. He's in marching pose. This guy's in marching pose, and then this guy's kind of just standing there. So you'd have him in the middle, like that. Really nice. 3 models, around $6, I believe. I got it at the war store. And again, like usual, it might sound like I'm biased, but there's really no reason not to give it a 10. The price is very modest, and especially if you're getting it at a discount. I probably wouldn't be keen on spending more than $10 on it. I would, if I needed the model, I'd buy it. I mean, unless it was like $30 for 3 pieces, something ridiculous. But up to $12, I wouldn't mind paying for this if there was no discount. But luckily, USA, 21st century, modern world, there's millions of places to buy from that are discounted. We have the internet, super cheap prices. So I got this for like $6 in the war store. So yeah, I don't see why not to give it a 10. Again, they don't come with bases. I have to use my own bases. These are Renedra. It's a UK company, just like Warlord Games and Gripping Beast. And they make bases for wargaming. These are 25mm bases. You get a bag of 30 bases for $4 on the war store. So I went ahead and bought 8. So I have 240 bases, which if I do the math is $32 for 240 bases, 25mm, very good quality, lots of space. So yeah, I give these guys a 10 out of 10. There's really nothing. The quality is great. Easy to build, great quality, nice metal, no soft. What I like is that on the edges, usually that's where the mold lines are, is where it's like soft detail, kind of just like warps. It looks like melted, but not on these guys. It looks real good quality, real crisp. Very few mold lines, barely any flash. And packaging, this guy had a broken spear, but fixed in literally 2 seconds. So not a big deal, and it's probably, it's really strong. It's probably stronger than it would have been if it hadn't broken, because now it has a better bond. Just thin metal is easier to break, so it's kind of good that it was broken, I guess. And I was able to arrange it a little bit differently, so I'm happy about that. I'm not going to complain. Nothing to complain about. Amazing price. They came to about a little bit less or a little bit more than $2 a model, but they're metal, 28mm, great detail, so definitely worth it. Next, I will be reviewing my Celtic chieftains. They don't specify if they're Gauls, if they're Gallic Celts, or if they're Ancient Britons. In the end, they're all Celts. So you can use these for either army, for any type of Celtic army. whether they be Celts or Britons, you know, Ibero Celts, pretty much any type of Celts. So I'll be reviewing that separate, and I'll also be reviewing, as I said in my previous video, just so you guys know, the Renedra bases. The Renedra Limited, these are the bases I got. I'll be reviewing these as well. And I will also be doing, just real quick, on some terrain I have. Some more terrain here, and I've got some more stuff I'm going to show you on what I plan to be using on my table. I'm going to do another video showing you my gaming tables, and how they look when they're combined, and what stage that they're in, and what terrain I'm going to be using, and future updates on, you know, when my future ideas on when I finish my table, what I want it to look like, and more terrain pieces that I have coming up, and yeah, that's about it. So let's get into the next. I'll do the next video. I'll review the Chieftains from Warlord Games, which I'm really happy with. They're really cool. Alright guys, so next time.